It is 9:30, and I have a special guest right now this morning as we honor the brave men and women who made that ultimate sacrifice for our freedom on this Memorial Day. We also are celebrating the remarkable achievements of our living veterans. I'm joined right now by Mary Kennedy Thompson. She is a proud U.S. Marine Corps veteran who has transformed her military training into an extraordinary business and very successful. She is the CEO of BNI, Business Network International. And speaking of international, Mary, thank you for joining us here on Memorial Day morning. Joining us from Sardinia, Italy. Buongiorno, signora.
Buongiorno. Thank you for having me today. I appreciate what you're doing to remember our veterans.
Yeah, thanks for joining us here, Mary.
Hello?
How did your training in the Marine Corps, Mary, prepare you for a life in business?
Well, I spent 8 years in the Marine Corps, and I tell everybody the learning how to lead through stressful situations, learning how to work with a team and accomplish a mission, and having the responsibility very early in life and very early in my career helped me considerably in everything that I've done in business since then.
And so, what are you doing in Italy now?
Well, we are at Business Network International. We're in 78 countries. We are headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina, but we're all over the world. And this is our conference season. So I was in Italy. I was in India a couple of days ago with about 3,000 of our members and franchisees at BNI. And now I'm in Sardinia, where we have about 1,500 coming together for our Italian conference.
Oh, fantastico. You are in so many countries with hundreds of thousands of members. How do teamwork principles apply from your military training to real world life?
One of the things I learned in the Marine Corps is that you're only as good as the team that you're part of, and that you don't do anything by yourself. You work with a team of people doing hard things. And I found that what I learned in that teamwork, I bring to the business world as well, showing people how having a common mission, having a vision, our vision is to change the way the world does business, and really keeping everyone focused on that mission and knowing that the team is only as good as the weakest person on the team. And so making everybody work together and helping them work together has helped me in business quite a bit.
We're looking at some pictures of you in your service years. And, every leader does face setbacks, wouldn't you say? How have discipline, resilience help you develop in the military and then really navigate that into the real world?
The root of the word discipline means to learn. And I think that when you practice discipline, you learn more about yourself and more about how to do things better. And in the Marine Corps, they taught us the discipline of understanding when you do have failure, going back and doing an after action report and really breaking it down to understand what went wrong so you can fix it for the next time so you can learn. And I use that all the time, both after actions and before we go do something, to really pay attention to that. And the discipline of doing the things, whether it's staying physically fit or making sure that you're achieving your mission, or making sure, and the most important thing, that your team is well taken care of, are all traits that have transitioned very well for me in the civilian world.
I mean, it sounds like it. Mary, what would you say is your biggest challenge? What can people learn when they're getting out of the military and again trying to navigate that real world space? What's the biggest challenge, and maybe some advice for people trying to do exactly that?
Well, I remember when I was getting out, a lot of times military, we don't understand how much our experience in the military translates. And so I recommend you find other veterans who have gotten out and let them help you translate what work you did, what responsibilities you had to the civilian world, because they do translate well. Most people in the military have had very big responsibilities and been under stressful situations that translate to what you might be doing in business and how you might be helping your organization.
Yeah, I mean, that's really great advice for anyone trying to just get into the real world and deal with life. Mary, on this Memorial Day, what advice would you give then, or what would you like to share with other veterans about translating that service into civilian success?
Well, first, I want to thank all our veterans. I know today is the day that we honor those veterans who didn't make it out of uniform. My father spent many years in the Army, and he and his fellow the soldiers that spent time in dangerous situations. I always appreciate that. And what I would recommend to veterans is remember that what you have done has made a big difference in the world, and you will continue to make a big difference. Your heart to serve and your sense of duty will translate well in anything that you do going forward.
Mary Kennedy Thompson, thank you very much for your time, your journey from Marine to CEO, definitely inspiring to all of us, and a perfect reminder of what people can do and the values that we honor here as well on Memorial Day. We thank you for your service as well.
Thank you.